a special guest I would like to introduce to you. This is Mr. Ron Smith, and he is Vice Mayor. When the mayor's not in town, Mr. Smith is in charge of everything, and he also was one of the very important people in getting our museum put together. Mr. Smith actually was at the old museum with us when we would stand there and we would have shows, and we would say, wouldn't it be great one day to have a beautiful museum that had a great view of the Antelope Valley? And he helped us get that done. So I just wanted to introduce him. This is our 5th grade class, Mrs. Wright from Desert Christian.
Awesome.
So they're here visiting the museum today. So let's all say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
What happened without volunteers like her and these people out here, because it's really a community, and so it's all of you as you get you grow up and everything, and you're going to be part of the community. One of you might be mayor someday, you know. So this is your museum. This isn't just the city's museum. This is our museum for the whole valley, and it's like so way cool.
And Mr. Smith, what position are you running for here?
I'm running for the state assembly.
And who holds that position currently?
Steve.
Isn't that nice? You're meeting someone who's actually running for a position that's very important in decision making. Mrs. Wright will explain how important politics is and how important it is for all of you at this age to support people who support our community and put together wonderful programs like this, or else we wouldn't have a great place to come to. Maybe even we can come another week, another day before the end of the year. And I promised you I would take you to the Western Hotel for Mrs. Wright. Just has to work that out with me, but before the year's over. So thank you.
Remember, this is your museum. Come and enjoy it. It's great.
Hey, just the big picture from the city's point of view.
Yes.
The making of the museum.
Oh, the museum. The museum, we've had a couple anchors that have come here, but I think truly, it's been 9.5 years that we've taken to create this boulevard, this destination, this heart of the city. But this museum is really the anchor for the boulevard. I believe it's going to be the anchor for the entire valley. I mean, this has really become the destination now. It ties in with our LPAC, with our independent film theater, with the artist loft, with the other venues and eateries that we have. But I mean, this is a top-notch gallery that you would get if you go down to West LA, get down to Santa Monica. It rivals any of those.
Public-private partnerships, did that come into play at all on this?
Yeah, government can only do so much. But the private-public partnership that has happened on the boulevard and also with this museum is what has made us successful.
My name is Annie Campagnoni, and I'm the interim curator for the Museum of Art and History in Lancaster. And right now I'm acting as a director for the museum and programming and an ambassador to the art community. We are a museum, and as much as we are here to serve the community, it is also our responsibility to be dedicated towards quality and presenting history in a factual way and presenting it in an educational way. Every museum has its own mission and it has its own philosophy. This particular museum celebrates both the arts and history, so we are approaching two different things, but we're celebrating them at the same time by incorporating our exhibits so they overlap. For example, our opening show is celebrating the Antelope Valley through 3 different exhibitions, one being artifacts from the region, one being the desert itself as subject in a painting show, the Painted Desert, and then our main exhibition, which is Smooth Operations. We are highlighting works from the 60s and 70s that were influenced heavily by the aerospace industry. So all 3 of those exhibitions celebrate the Antelope Valley in a different way, but we're celebrating ourselves.
So you're really expressing kind of the essence of the valley then.
Absolutely,
through art.
absolutely. I think it's necessary. I mean, this is the valley's museum, and we have to be able to be comfortable, and we have to understand where we came from and what we're about in order to move forward and understand what else is out there in the world.
Well, congratulations, it looks great.